I'm not here to tell you to panic sell. I'm here to tell you there's a secret hidden pattern in the charts that most people completely miss. A pattern that says this whole downtrend is a lie. But here's the problem. If you're not paying attention, a handful of financial sharks are about to use this same pattern to snatch your profits and leave you holding the bag. They're doing a stealthy operation in plain sight, and you won't even know what hit you. So what if the price drop you're seeing isn't a sign of weakness, but a setup for something massive? What if the real HBAR story is about to begin? For the next 10 minutes, we're gonna peel back the layers on this massive HBAR price action. I'm gonna show you step by step the hidden signals that institutional traders are watching. We'll break down the charts in a way that's so simple you'll feel like you're cheating. I'm talking about the kind of intel that gives you the power to go from being a hopeful investor to a confident, proactive member of the HBAR Millionaires Club. I'm not just giving you a price prediction, I'm giving you a superpower, the ability to read the market's mind. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for, where to place your buy orders, and why this is the most critical time to be watching HBAR. You'll be able to spot the traps before they close and the opportunities before they explode. But before we dive into the charts, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out on the secret sauce. 90% of you watch our videos and aren't subscribed. It takes just one click to join the HBAR Millionaires Club and get the kind of alpha that changes your financial future. Do it now, we'll wait. Okay, let's get into the charts. This is the daily HBAR chart, and what do you see? At first glance, it looks like a textbook descending triangle. We've got lower highs and a flat support line. For most traders, this is a glaring red flag. They see this pattern and they think, uh-oh, a downside breakout is coming. And they're right. Statistically, descending triangles break down more often than not. But here's the first secret you need to understand. That textbook pattern, it's a psychological trap. It's what I call the daily deception. It's designed to make you panic. It's designed to make you feel like your HBAR investment is a sinking ship. Let's say we measure this move, the target is around 18.5 cents. That's a pretty scary number if you bought in higher. So what's a natural human response? Fear, doubt. You start to question everything. You start to think, maybe the news today is bad. Maybe I should sell now and buy back lower. That's exactly what the financial sharks want. They know retail investors are watching the daily chart. They know you're trained to look for these patterns. But what if the real story is happening on a different canvas? Now, look at this. This is the weekly HBAR chart. The whole picture changes. What looks like a descending triangle on the daily, on the weekly, it's a massive, beautiful, symmetrical pennant. A pennant, for those who don't know, is a different beast entirely. It's a period of consolidation after a huge move, and it's a sign that the market is taking a breath before an even bigger move. The measured move on this weekly chart, it points to around 41 cents. That would be a new cycle high for HBAR. Think of it like this. The daily chart is like looking at one single bumpy road. You see a pothole and you think the whole journey is over. The weekly chart is the GPS view from a helicopter. You see that the bumpy road is just a tiny part of a much larger, incredible journey. One is about short-term fear. The other is about long-term vision. The problem is most people are so focused on the pothole that they don't look up to see the breathtaking highway ahead. Let's look at another detail. The Y pattern, the Y stands for winning, because that's what this pattern helps you do. It's a double bottom reversal pattern. It looks like the letter W, and it's a sign that the downward pressure has been met with significant buying power, not once, but twice. You see it here on the daily chart as well, confirming that every time HBAR drops to this low, it bounces back up. It's the market's way of shouting, this is the bottom. So you see the problem? The daily deception says sell, the weekly revelation says hold on, something huge is coming, and the W pattern is the secret confirmation that you're on the right track. Just so we're clear, this isn't just a theory, this is based on real market psychology. The sharks know you'll see the descending triangle. They might even try to push the price down to that 18.5 cent target just to shake out the weak hands. But what they don't realize is you're now armed with the bigger picture. You won't be fooled. But here's the thing. That's not even the most important piece of HBAR news today. What if the very volatility we're seeing is not a bug, but a feature? What if it's all part of a larger plan to create the biggest buying opportunity of the cycle? So we've talked about the daily deception, but let's talk about the real reason behind it. It's all about liquidity. Think of liquidity as a swimming pool full of money. When a trader wants to make a big move, they need a lot of coins to buy or sell. They need to create a surge to push the price where they want it. But where do they get all those coins? From you, from the panic sellers. A liquidity grab is when a big player intentionally drives the price down to a key support level to trigger a cascade of sell orders. It's like a farmer baiting a trap. They drop the price just enough to make you feel uncomfortable, to trigger your stop losses, and to make you second guess yourself. When all those sell orders hit the market, they're able to swoop in and buy up your HBAR for pennies on the dollar. It's a ruthless game, but it's a game you can learn to play. So, how do we spot the grab? Look for areas with a lot of concentrated trading volume, especially on the way down. See how much trading happened between 19 and 20.9 cents? That's an order block. An order block is a zone where big players placed huge orders in the past. It's like a footprint left behind by a giant. And we're seeing that footprint now as the price drops back to that zone. The next piece of the puzzle is the fair value gap, or FVG. This is a simple concept, so I'll give you an analogy. Imagine you're driving on the highway. You're going 60 miles an hour. Suddenly, a car speeds past you at 100 miles per hour, then exits. The empty space on the highway where that car was is the fair value gap. The market, like traffic, hates empty space. It tends to go back and fill the gap. We saw a huge fast move up that left a gap between 20 and 16.44 cents. The market is now coming back to fill that empty space. This is not a sign of weakness. It's the market resetting itself, getting ready for the next move. This is the whole play. The daily chart shows a descending triangle which triggers retail investors to sell. The price drops, triggering stop losses and creating the liquidity the big players need. The price returns to the FVG to reset the chart. And all of this is a stealthy, pre-planned HBAR maneuver. By the way, if you're getting a lot of value out of this, a simple thumbs up goes a long way. It tells the YouTube algorithm that we're providing the kind of intel that helps people, and it helps us get this information out to more members of the HBAR Millionaires Club. Just hit the like button. It takes 1 second. This is not about being scared. This is about being prepared. You see the setup, you know the game, and you're now in a position of power. You're not reacting to the market, you're anticipating its next move. And this is just the beginning of the story. But what if I told you there's an even more powerful signal that completely invalidates all the daily fear? A signal so bullish that it predicts not just a run, but a mega run. Okay, let's get to the most exciting part. This is where we stop playing defense and start talking about life-changing offense. We've talked about the daily deception and the liquidity grab. Now we're going to talk about the mega run trigger. The smart money doesn't just watch price action, they watch momentum. Think of momentum as the feeling in a crowd before a concert starts. It's quiet at first, but you feel the energy building. Momentum oscillators and indicators like VWAP and money flow tell us when that energy is about to explode. Look at the weekly chart again. You see how the momentum oscillators have reset and are now flatlining near zero? This is a coiled spring. It's a moment of indecision before a massive move. We're about to get a bullish crossover on our money flow. This is a critical signal. And here's the most important part. What we're hoping for is an anchor wave, trigger wave, setup. An anchor wave is a big, powerful move up. It's the initial surge of energy. We've had that already. The trigger wave is the small correction after the anchor, the shallow pullback that shakes out the last of the weak hands. This small correction, which is what we are seeing now, is a gift. It's the market giving you a second chance to get in before the real party starts. The most epic trade setups in crypto history always start this way. A big run, a quiet, flatlining period where everyone gets bored, and then a quick, powerful trigger wave that kicks off the next leg up. The confluence of the weekly pennant, the filled fair value gap, and the building momentum on our oscillators is creating a perfect storm. It's a symphony of signals all pointing to one thing, a new high for HBAR. And not just a new high, but a cycle high. I've been analyzing HBAR news today, and all the on-chain data confirms it. Bids are piling up around these key support levels. The people who are truly committed to Hedera are not selling, they're buying more. So what's the ultimate target? The measured move on the weekly pennant is a conservative 41 cents. That would be an amazing win for most, but I believe that's just the beginning. Once we break the key resistance at that level, the next stop is an all-time high. And this could all be triggered by a single piece of positive news today about Hedera's adoption or a major partnership. Listen, this is the part where you need to make a choice. You can let the daily deception scare you into selling, or you can use the weekly revelation to prepare for the rally of a lifetime. The choice is simple. The charts are showing us the way. Just one more thing. If you're still watching, it means you're serious about this. You're the 1% who want to go deeper. If you haven't done it yet, please, for the sake of your future wealth, hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest trade you'll ever make. You came here with a problem, is HBAR gonna crash? You're leaving with a solution, the crash is a fake out. You've gone from reacting in fear to a state of confident anticipation. That's the transformation. This wasn't just about a price analysis. This was about changing your mindset. Now you see the market for what it really is, a psychological battlefield. And you, my friend, are now armed for battle. We have so much more to uncover. We've just scratched the surface of what's happening in the broader crypto market. So if you want to know what this means for other cryptos and how to spot these moves across the board, click on the video that's on your screen right now. We dive deep into the next big opportunity you can't afford to miss. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.